Okay, welcome back, lesson 2. Let's do a recap of lesson 2. So lesson 2, we learned about how to kind of order 菜饭, how to like say this and that, right? So this is kore. That is sore. Over there, that one, further away, that will be are. So the difference is just it differs from people to people to people. Some people thinks that you cannot see is are already. Some people thinks that are can be at Tampines Mall or can be all the way at Jurong, right? It depends on your definition. For me, my definition is I cannot see, I will say are, right? Because I think it's even more straightforward to other people that I cannot see, so it's are already. So they know what I'm referencing. That means it's something that is not in this room. There's something that's outside this room, right? So that means it's somewhere far from me. It's out of my arm's reach. Then that one will be so that. That's for my definition. Some people's definition will be like this the toilet here is still so that. It's nearby what? That's behind you only one, right? Some people will still say so that. Some people will say that Tampines Mall is so that. The Jurong then is are, right? So it differs from people to people. There is no hard rule to say that you must follow a certain distance then you are there or so that. Right? It's up to your preference on how you want to use it. Even you use so that to say Malaysia, nobody cares also lah. Okay, as long as they understand, that, okay, sure. Okay, so kore always is accompanied immediately by a wa. The wa particle is like our is, are in English lah. So basically it's accompanied by this particle. That's why they have the opposite as well, which is the next one. We learn kono. Sorry, kono will be in lesson 3. I will speak about kono in lesson 3. Okay, number 2. We learned about this particle called no. This no particle, I told you already, it has a lot of meanings. But in general, it means an affiliation. That means there's a relationship between the before the no and after the no. Right? So to give you an example, A, no, B. Right? A, no, B simply means B belonging to A. Right? B related to A. Right? So it's the same as Chinese as our third in Chinese, right? It doesn't tell us what is the relationship. It only says that there is an implicit kind of relationship there. It's not specific, it's just that this thing is related to this thing. Right? So it's like B of A or A apostrophe S, B. Right? So this is the no particle over here. Then number 3, Nihongo no kyukasho. Same thing, this one also means a relationship, but it can also mean that this is about, right? So it's A about B, right? So Nihongo no kyokasho. So it's a textbook about Japanese, right? So there is this kind of meaning as well. But if you remember the general meaning of it, you'll be fine, right? B related to A. You can roughly guess what is the relationship from the sentence. Right, moving on to number 4, kono. Right, so just now we have kore, wa. Now we have kono. Same thing, kono, sono, ano is the same thing about talking about distances, this one, that one. Right? But the only difference here is kono is immediately followed by a noun. So a noun is things like umbrella, chair, table, me, you. Right? So this is another way to say things so that you can make a longer sentence behind it. Right? For example, you say kore wa kasa desu. This is umbrella, full stop. Then you cannot say anything else anymore in the same sentence. So in order to save our full stops, right, we kono kasa wa, then you can say something about umbrella. Big, small, cheap, expensive, right? So if we use kono, we can say more things, right? So it's like saying this umbrella is blah 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 versus this is an umbrella, right? This is an umbrella, full stop, then you cannot say any more things really, right? So kono is more convenient to form longer sentence, to say more things, share more details about the item. Okay. Next one. We have lesson 3. Okay, so the vocabulary list we went through already, very good. Then let's talk about the grammar.
Sorry, can I have one question?
Yes.
Because I was a bit confused when the previous sensei mentioned. So when you ask a question correct,
Yes.
if you answer, should also be correct and not sorry.
Yes, you will follow. For example, I tell you, okay, it depends on the situation. Usually I will follow whatever the person says. Well, because I probably will be near the person. Unless, like, for example, the person is like, これは誰の水筒 means water bottle. 水筒ですか誰の水筒ですか If I'm beside, I say, これは私のです. Right, that is mine. If I'm like far away, like I'm sitting where you are, I will say, sore wa watashi no desu. Right? It really depends on the distance from you to the object. Right? The person can be just beside it and you are far away. Then you can choose to, you can say kore, you can say sore, but the correct one is sore. If you are there, if you are where you are right now. The correct way to say is sore, but it's not wrong to use kore as well. As I mentioned, everybody have different distance, they judge distance differently. So some people can be like, from there also this is kore. Right? So there is no hard rule to say that you cannot say kore or cannot use sore. Right? So yeah, you have another question?
Yeah, okay, so say I'm holding a pen,
Yes.
I'm asking a question. This is, whose pen is this, right? And then the person answer, oh, that belongs to so and so.
Yes.
So it should be, when I answer it's sore, right?
Yes. Where the point of view of the person is from. We will answer from the point of view of the person. Yeah.
So that is correct.
So yeah, for example, I ask like whose pen is this? Then you are there, you say, that is my pen. Then if whose chair is that? You are near the chair. This chair is mine. Right? It really depends on the perspective of the person. Where is the person at in the room lah? But it's not wrong if you want to answer back use the same word to answer back the question. It's not wrong as well. Okay. Next, lesson 3. We have this called koko. So koko means here. Right? Then we have soko. Obviously we have soko. Soko means there. Then asoko means over there. Right? Somewhere which is significantly further. Right? So in English we only have here, there. Right? Japanese they have one more. Over there. Somewhere even further. Right? So this is just to mention the location of certain stuff. Right? There's nothing much we can say about this. It's just like, oh, it's here, it's there. Right? Nothing special about it. Very simple. Okay. Number 2. We have kochira. So kochira has a few meaning. It's a polite form. It can be a polite way to say here. It can be also a polite way to navigate somebody. Waypoint somebody. So what I mean by waypointing is, for example, I am a receptionist. A CEO from another company comes to my company. Right? I want to direct him into the room. I don't say, 这里. I don't say like, here. Right? I don't say, koko desu. It's a little bit rude. Like you want to waypoint, you want to show your gesture. Right? So you will say, kochira desu. Right? Kochira dozo. Kochira desu. So it's just to give a direction. It's like 这边请 rather than saying 这里. Right? So it's to give a direction, to waypoint somebody, to guide somebody. Okay? Moving on to the next one. Okay, we have a table on the bottom of the page. Bottom of the page, right? Yeah. Sorry, next page. Okay, this table summarizes all the things that we have learned in lesson 2 and 3. The last column, the direction column, kochi, sochi, achi. That is actually informal. It's actually casual for kochira, sochira, achira. So as much as possible, we will not be using it. I never used it unless I'm with a very good friend. Right? We will stick to the second last one. Kochira, sochira, achira. That is the more polite one. Right? And then the bottommost row we have dore, dono, doko, dochira. So that is a way to ask the question of where is it, which way is it. Right? So the question word form. Right? Then one more thing I want to add is for place and direction, kochira, sochira, achira. We also use it in business context. So what I mean by business context is not just guiding people. For example, we are in a business meeting. We are negotiating between two companies. We will not say anata. We will not say watashi. Because that is very plain. It's like very boring. And also it only points one person only. Right? Anata, watashi. But in business meeting, usually we have a panelist of people, right? There's like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 people on each side. So instead of saying like anata, watashi, we will say sochira. Sochira means your side. Kochira means my side. Right? So this is a more professional way to mention like, oh, how is it on your side? 你那里怎样? Right? How is it on your side? How is it on my side? So it's a more professional way to use in meeting to refer to you and me. Right? Sometimes the meeting it can be only between 2 persons. It's fine because that person is representing his company. So you can say sochira to represent his entire company. right? Like, oh, sochira wa dou desu ka? How is it on your side, right? Instead of saying, how are you? How is it on your side, right? How is your company functioning? How is your company working? So, kochira, sochira is a more polite way to refer to each side in a business meeting, as well as the way point somebody. Okay? So, I highly recommend using kochira, sochira, achira for place, direction, as well as salutations, like basically addressing the other party. It is the best way lah. If you recall, we also learned this word called dare. Dare means
Person.
who.
They.
Dare means who. Dare. D-A-R-E. Dare. Dare means who. We have a more polite version, which is donata. Correct. So donata is actually a more polite way to ask the identity of somebody. Right? So as much as possible, I try not to say dare desu ka, because it's quite casual. So if you don't know a certain person, if you meet a new person, try to stick to donata. Okay? Next. Number 3. Tanaka-san wa otearai desu. Right? So I would say this example sentence is very crude. It's not the best way, not the best example to use, because from your knowledge in lesson 1, right, wa means is. So Tanaka is toilet. That's right, which I've honestly I never used this sentence before, and I feel it's inappropriate to use it, right? So the first example is not the best. This example sentence, this word here that we are learning, right, this way of saying the figurative of speech here we are learning, it works for the example number 1, the one that says watashi no uchi wa Tokyo desu. My home is Tokyo, right? I mean, it's not the entire city, but my house is in Tokyo, right? It tells people that, oh, my house is Tokyo. Tokyo is my hometown, right? So instead of saying that Tanaka-san is toilet, right, we use it for a larger place rather than such a specific place, right? We don't say that Tanaka is toilet. We don't say that he belongs to the toilet, right? So we will learn a better way to say where is Tanaka-san later on in lesson 9. So for now, we just understand that we use it for a larger place with a more bigger effect, rather than just saying he's in his toilet. Okay. Example number 2 is okay. Kare no kaisha wa Kanagawa desu. His company is Kanagawa. Not necessarily the whole Kanagawa is his company, but rather his company is located in Kanagawa. Right? Located in Kanagawa. Sensei wa kyoshitsu desu. Number 3. Sensei wa kyoshitsu desu. Okay, this one, teacher is classroom. Not that rude, can use. Alright, but I wouldn't use it lah. There's a better way to say somebody is in somewhere. Right? Usually we will say like this object is Tokyo, this place is in Tokyo. That one is okay. But we don't say this person is in toilet. Alright? So it sounds a little bit weird. Or this person is classroom. It sounds a little bit weird. We have a better way to say it later on. Okay? I'll move on if there's no question. Okay. New question word on the next page. First thing on the next page, the new question word. So over here, the new question word is doko, bracket, dochira. So as I mentioned, dochira is a more polite way to ask for directions or place. Doko is okay, it's not rude, okay, but it's a better way to say it lah. Dare is rude, right? So doko is not rude, but just there's a better way to say it, right? So you can use dochira. So the biggest difference between doko and dochira is usually I will use dochira when I'm nearer to where I want to go. For example, the place that I want to go is in Orchard, and I'm at Orchard already. Then I will ask like, oh, dochira desu ka? Which building is it? Or which way is it? Right? Instead of asking dochira when you're still in Tampines, the person is like, how am I going to give you specific instructions to go to the building? Right? Because you're still not there yet. So if you're in Tampines, we will use doko. If you're there at the destination already and you're just clarifying which building, then you use dochira. Will be more appropriate. That's why I mean doko is not rude. Just that if you have a better option, dochira, you can use dochira, please use dochira. Okay, moving on to number 4. ここは郵便局です。 right? So this one is very straightforward. The wa is our is or are. So here is Yubin Kyoku. Here is post office. Very straightforward, very literal. This one no need to explain much. Okay, let's move on to number 5. これは日本の車です。So 日本の車, if you recycle your knowledge of this no particle, be related to A. You are right, right? Car related to Japan. So car related to Japan, what kind of relationship? We don't know. It's not very specified. But we can guess, we can imply. Maybe the car is made in Japan. Maybe the car is bought from Japan. Maybe the car is designed in Japan. There is some relationship with Japan, but we cannot be very sure, right? So the best we can infer is maybe the car is from Japan. That's all. The car is from Japan, right? Whether it's made there, it's produced there, it's designed there, nobody knows unless the person specifies, right? But we know that this car is somewhat related to Japan. Okay, so same understanding lah, right? It can be made in, made from, produced in, export from, so we don't know exactly what status is it. Okay, then moving on, we have this question word doko no. So doko no, right, simply means 哪里的, right? Where apostrophe s, something like that, right? Car of where, that kind of thing. So moving on. Okay, very important. Let's go on to look at these 3 lines. You see this additional notes too. これは日本の本です。So これは日本の本です means this is book of Japan. This is book made in Japan. We don't know what's the relationship, but as I mentioned to you, the note simply says that the book is related to Japan. Moving on to the next line. これは日本語の本です。日本語 is the language itself. So it can be a book on Japanese language or it can be a book written in Japanese language. Right? So you can see how we just add the word go, it changes the meaning of the sentence. Right? Because go means language. Next, we change go to jin. Jin is Japanese person. So これは日本人の本です。So this book belongs to Japanese. This book is about Japanese person. This book maybe written by a Japanese person, right? There is a relationship, but we are not sure what is the relationship. It just gives us a lot of possibilities that this book is related to Japan, but in what way we are not sure. Okay, so we move on. Number 3, the summary below. Number 3, we have the question to ask how old is somebody, right? Ask the age of somebody. So 何歳 is like in Chinese we say 几岁, right? How old? Can be a little rude sometimes, right? So we'll opt for the more polite one. おいくつ right? おいくつ is more polite to ask for a person's age. I'm not saying 何歳 cannot ask, but 何歳 sometimes it can come across as rude. But actually it's okay to use with friends, with colleagues, right? With children. But おいくつ is more professional if you want to use it in a business setting. Right? With elder also. With elder you might want to use おいくつ rather than 何歳. Okay, moving on. Number 9, we have the underlined word 何番. So 何番, ban simply means, like in Chinese we say 号, right, which means number. So 几号, right, what number. So ban is the equivalent in English to say what number. Right, you can think of it as NO dot, right, what number. Okay, moving on, we have number 11. この新聞とパンはいくらですか? So いくら is a way to ask how much money. What is the price of something, right? いくら. It's very polite, don't worry. いくら is very polite. Of course, there's not just one way to ask how much money. We will learn another way to ask for how much money in lesson 10. So don't worry. There's a lot of ways to ask how much money. Okay? いくら. Okay. If you go down to the notes, I want to point out for number 3. Okay, so how to say the age is simply you put your number and then you put sign, right? I will teach you how to count later, but how to say how old is just simply the number and sign. However, for age 20, if you can see over here, age 20 is a special age. They don't say 20歳. 20 means 20, they don't say 20歳. They say 20歳. So in Japan, they are coming of age. Coming of age means becoming adult lah. So it's actually age 20. So it's considered a sacred age for their people there. So because it is a sacred age, a special way to mention the age is created in Japan. Right? So they will say 20歳.
Without the sign at the back.
Without the sign. No need.
Okay.
Yeah. No need. Very good question. Yeah. Okay. Number 4. Note number 4. So to ask a name of a country, right? We in English we say where is your country? We don't say what is your country. Right? We say where is your country, which is your country. We never say what is your country. So same as Japanese, we don't say what is your country. So we don't say none. Right? We use doko or dochira. あなたの国はどちらですか? Something like that. Right? あなたの国はどちらですか or どこですか? Right? So if you want to learn how to say the country, you can look at number 4. あなたの国はどこですか? Right? Notes for number 4. Of course, there's another way to ask for country. お国はどこですか? Right? Okuni is just paying respect for the country. Right? O is a polite particle. So it's just to pay respect to the country that you're going to ask. But if you realize, if I put anata no kuni, then I don't need to say okuni anymore. Yes, because the O is usually, it's like our starting of the sentence. Right? If you're using it as the first word in the sentence, you want to sound more polite, then we put O. If we throw this word in the middle of the sentence, then we don't need to put the O particle anymore. The O, right? If you recall our greetings page, most of it is O, 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 because they are greetings, so we want to be polite. Did I went through the greetings page before? I did, is it? The greetings page.
Actually, I think 2 weeks ago
We did, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we go on to the next page, the conversation. I believe you didn't go through the conversation. So let me go through the conversation, then we can have practice. Okay, so conversation, the title here is Michi o Kiku. So this Kiku comes from the word kikimasu. Okay, don't need to pay too much attention to this now. We will learn about this. This is a verb. We will learn verb in lesson 5. Right, this is a verb. Right, so you just need to learn this word Michi. Michi means road, or it means way. Right, Michi. Kiku means like ask or listen. We will learn this in lesson 5. So don't worry about that now. Okay, so it's between two persons, Lim and a stranger. So I'll go first. Lim says, すみません. Right, this is not that over there the it's a different one. Right, so this simply means like it is a filler, a language filler. Right, it's like right, すみません. Right, excuse me. Right, すみません, excuse me. Right, so excuse me, 郵便局はどちらですか? Right, 郵便局はどちらですか? So どちら means which way, right, or where. Right, so post office is which way? Question mark. Then he replies, 郵便局ですか? Right, oh, post office? Question mark. Post office? Question mark. This is also like a Okay, is more like is like it's just a filler lah. Honestly, if you can memorize all these filler, you will sound very fluent in Japanese, even though you don't know anything about it. Really, really. Okay, next. ビルの向こうです. Right, so ビル simply means that building. ビル means building. I know some of you all might think, I thought ビル is beer. Right, so beer is B-I long sound R-U. So beer is ビール versus building is biru. Biru, right? This is beer. The one on the top right hand. That is beer. Long sound. The I sound is dragged out. So biru versus biru. Biru means building. Okay, so biru no muko desu. So this muko simply means beyond or behind or over there, right? Over. So muko simply means like somewhere which is like very far away, right? It's like behind this building, beyond that building, right? Muko. I believe we will learn a bit of the positional particles later on. So muko just simply means beyond. By the way, the translation for all this is just below. I don't know whether you realize it's here at the bottom of the page. But of course, I'm giving you the literal translation. The one below is probably the one that has been the best translated. Okay. Next, L. L says, so desu ka. So desu ka is like, oh, is it? Oh, really? Right? Oh, is it? It's also another filler. Right? Okay, so desu ka. Oh, I see. Oh, is it? Right? Next, ato. Ato is not a filler. It just means also or and then. Right? It's just to add on something that you want to say. Right? Ato. So it's like also or and then yeah. So and then ginko to toshokan wa doko desu ka? Right? Ginko to toshokan. So bank and library. Bank and library. So the particle to simply is and. Alright, so how many n's can we use? You want to use 2, you want to use 3, it's okay. But please don't like, A and B and C and D and E and F and G. It can get very annoying. So we stop at 2. We try to keep our to maximum 2 or 3. Okay, so to is and. So ginko to toshokan wa doko desu ka? Right, is where. Right, so bank and library is where? Question mark. Next line. Ginko wa yubin-kyoku no mae desu. Oh, sorry. Ginko wa yubin-kyoku no tonari desu ne. So tonari means beside. Right? Tonari means beside. So you can see before tonari there's a no particle. So that means beside related to yubin-kyoku. Yubin-kyoku is post office. So beside related to post office.
Sure,
So,
why is it like beside related to post office? Not it's like post office is beside.
okay, so I try to keep my words lah. Okay, B related to A.
Okay.
Right, so beside related to A, beside to the post office, which means beside of post office. Remember, I told you A no B simply means B of A, correct? Or A apostrophe S B. Right? So if you want to understand better, remind yourself of this one. So B of A, beside of post office, which means beside the post office. Right?
It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. But okay.
Okay, you wanted to say what? Beside,
like why? Use why or no?
like beside post office.
Yeah.
We don't say like yubin-kyoku tonari. Tonari yubin-kyoku. We don't really use that. We have to use the no particle to tell the location of where it belongs to. So it belongs to beside. You can think of it that way.
Okay.
So yubin-kyoku no tonari. I mean in Chinese we say Tampines Mall 的旁边. Right?
But in English it's like
Yeah, English
post
is
office is beside it.
correct, something like that. But you cannot think in Japanese in English.
Yeah.
There is no direct. Okay, the direct translation is it doesn't make sense. It
Yeah,
sounds
okay.
very weird.
Okay.
But if I explain in Chinese, it makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's a language nuances thing. Okay. Next, before that, the same line, they end the sentence with ne. So this ne is telling people like, okay. It's like you know. So it's like I tell you, oh, it's beside the post office, you know, or beside the post office leh, something like that. So it's like trying to tell people like a confirmation, like I think it's beside the post office. Okay, so 郵便局の隣ですね. So it's like, beside the post office there. So it's like you yourself not very sure, but you think that this is the correct answer. So that's why you put a ne.
So you can also leave it out.
You can also leave it out. Yeah. It's like saying, oh, today the sky very nice, huh? Yeah. Today house very sky, the sky very nice, leh. Right? It's like you're not very sure, but you're just asking for somebody else to confirm like, it's nice, right? Right? So it's like giving a hint of, I don't know, like not sure, uncertainty. At the same time, you are certain also. Next line. そして means means and then, right? It's like a continuation of a sentence, right? It's like I want to add more information. I want to say more things. So just now we were talking about ato. Ato is like and then, like literally and then. So what I mean by literally means like like afterwards or after this I want to ask again something. So shite is like I give you additional information. It's like and then I give you more information. It's not like I want to ask something again or I want to say something again. It's like, by the way, extra information, right? So shite, then secondary information about something, right? So in this case, he introduced the location of the bank. Now he's introducing the location of the library. So そして図書館は郵便局の前です。So 図書館は the library is 郵便局の前. Library is front of post office. Does it make sense if I put it like that? Right? 図書館は library is front of post office. Which means it's in front of the post office lah.
So main is front.
Yeah, so my is in front. We will talk about the directional in a while. Below in the middle of this page, there is all they collated over there already. Okay, moving on to the next line. Demo. So demo is like our 但是 in Chinese, right? It's like but or however, right? I mean, we don't start sentences with but in English lah, so it's however lah. However, 図書館は今日休みですよ. So however, so you are showing a contrast, right? So in contrast, however, library is today rest ですよ. Right? So telling you that today the library is closed. So the よ particle at the end shows more certainty in your information that you are sharing. Alright? So 図書館は今日休みですよ. It's like today closed hall versus today closed hall. Right? Hall is like you uncertain. Hall is like you're for sure 100% guarantee today is closed. Alright? So this is the particle ending differences lah. ですね is like hall. ですよ is like hall. Closed hall. Closed hall. Yeah, got difference. Can hear the difference. It's just English very easy. Very hard to learn. At the same time, it makes sense in Japanese also. Okay, next L says そうですか. Right, so it's like, oh, is it? Okay, とにかく. とにかく. Alright, simply means anyways. So it's like to conclude lah, okay? It's like you say so many things already, then after that at the end you just want to say, anyways, right? どうもありがとうございます. Anyways, thank you very much. Right? It's like telling the other party, please shut up. Okay, I want to go already. Don't need to say no more. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, bye bye. Alright, I just want to end the conversation now. Okay, so far so good. Okay, we will have two persons try to go through this passage. Anybody want to try to volunteer to read? Nobody want to read. Aiyo. Today we'll read two passages because lesson 4 I'll go through also leh. So just nice 4 person Okay lah, then the first one can be 智慧 and 智玉 Okay. Come, L and S, you all decide. It is. It's longer. Come, you can choose which one you want to be.
すみません。郵便局はどちらですか？
Okay, very good.
郵便局ですか？ ano biu no muko desu.
Okay, pause for a while. Remember, we don't have a R sound in Japanese. Biru. Do. Right? Biru. We don't say biru. There's no R sound. So don't emphasize the R sound too much. Biru. Okay, continue.
そうですか。銀行と図書館はどこですか？
Mm-hmm.
銀行は郵便局の隣ですね。そして、I think it's the sorry. そして図書館は郵便局の前です。
Mm-hmm.
でも図書館は今日休みですよ。
Mm-hmm.
そうですか。とにかくどうもありがとうございます。
Very good. So the R sound needs a bit more practicing. Tonari. I didn't say ri. Tonari. No. Tonari. Right? Tonari. And also the arigato, not arigato. Right? You're gonna sound like some Australian trying to say Japanese. Right? So arigato, not arigato. Okay? Ari is in between R and L, but closer to the L sound. Right? Arigato. Right? D, but I don't say li. It's not really a very li sound. It's a li, like a slightly L sound. Tilted more towards the L side. Okay, let's go on with the middle of the page. We have all the directions there. So A no mae, right? Simply means in front of A. B A no ushiro, behind of A. So something of something lah. Okay, so we just recycle our knowledge of the particle no over here. Right, migi is right, hidari is left, tonari is next to. So tonari, of course we have this word called beside, right? But beside have another word that we will learn in lesson 10. So for now, just know tonari is next to. So what is tonari? I mean, adjacent to you is tonari already lah. It can be like my bottle is tonari, my phone is tonari, my iPad is also tonari, right? Although it's beside me, but I will still say tonari because technically adjacent to me lah. So it's tonari. And then the last one is, oh, my iPad not moving. My iPad, okay. Chikaku. So chikaku means nearby, right? Near or nearby, right? Chikaku. Okay. So far so good for lesson 3. Okay. Can I have you go all the way to the back of the book? You'll probably see a counting appendix over here. Page 102. Have he gone through this with you guys?
Yes, there are hundreds.
Until 100 only.
Yeah, then he say 1,000 next week lah.
Okay, then I will stop where he stopped. Okay, so from 100, right, it will be hyaku. Right, so hyaku is 100. We don't need to say ichi hyaku because hyaku itself is already known as 100. Right, unless you really want to specify 100. Yeah, then you'll be like ichi hyaku. But nobody says ichi hyaku because hyaku itself already means 100. So you go to shop, they will tell you, oh, hyakuen this. Hyakuen means 100, right? If it's more than 100, they are going to say nihyaku sanbyaku, right? So take hyaku as 100. Okay, take the special reading in the hundreds will be number 3, right? We don't say san hyaku. San hyaku wrong, sanbyaku, right? They want to be special lah. The creator of the language, they want to like, wow, come up with a B and a P sound. Right, so the P sound you can see 600 is not rokuhyaku. Rokuhyaku sounds like very mouthful, very hard to say. So they want to sound cooler. They just like, okay, let's have a double consonant sound. Ropyaku. Ropyaku. Right, double consonant P. Very cool. Ropyaku. Then 800 as well. Hapyaku. Right, 800 hapyaku. Moving on, we have the thousands. So the thousands we have sen. So sen, we of course simply we don't need to say ichi sen. Okay, sen is already 1,000. The cashier will just say sen and this, sen and this, right? Between 1,000 yen, right? So they don't need to be like oh ichi sen this. But anyways, we don't say ichi sen. To say 1,000 is sen. Yeah. But anyways, we don't need to say isen. Sen is enough already to mean 1,000. Okay, 2,000 nisen. 3,000 the special guy, sanzen. Right? They want to sound special, so instead of sen, zen. Right? Sanzen. Yeah, that's where our young Singaporean parents get their inspiration from. All their child's name, all the S change to Z. Sound very cool. Right? The language creator was ahead of his time. Right? Next, then we go on to the 10,000. So if you recall in Chinese, 10,000 in Chinese, we don't say 10,000. I mean, Singaporeans always say 10,000, right? 10,000, literally 10,000. But sorry, we don't really use this in Japan, right? In Japanese, they don't say like, jusen. Jusen sounds so weird. Nobody says jusen, right? Only Singaporeans count in Chinese, they count like English like that. Right? 10,000, 100,000. No, sorry, in Japan, they don't like, hyakusen. Nobody says that. So we have to adopt their man, right? Their man is like our mahjong tile lah, the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 lah. So 1man is 10,000, right? 1man. Then 2man, 3man, 4man, right? So 4man, 5man, 6man, 7man, 8man, 9man. Then 10,000 will be 10man, right? So this is 100k already. 10man will be 100k already. I don't think you ever need to count beyond 100k. Because 100k in Japan is already 1,000 Sing dollar. So I don't think you need to spend more than 1,000 Sing dollar in Japan unless you're buying a car, buying a house, or paying your child's school fee in Japan lah. Probably will not lah, I think. Okay, if you need to, 1 million is hyakuma. So if you realize the back part, right? The back part is man. The front part we recycle the ichi, ju, hyaku, and sen, right? Then all the way up to 100 million. 100 million will be ichi oku. So oku is like 亿 in Chinese. 1亿, 2亿, 3亿. Right? In Chinese, it's like $0.1 billion. Right? 0.1 billion. Not 1 billion, 0.1 billion. So just slightly short of 1 billion. So the counting system in English and the counting system in Japanese is entirely different. It's similar to Chinese lah. Okay, then we look on the next page. There are some examples, but I want to use another page. How come my iPad keep freezing? My iPad very old already. Need to change already. Doesn't want to move. And then move already, go wrong side. Go up instead of go down. Wow, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with my iPad? Okay, we will skip this page first. We go on to this page. Let me teach you how to write out the numbers in Japanese first. Then we will talk about the previous page. Do you have the previous page? Don't have, right? This page?
Yeah.
Have okay, we'll talk about this in a while. Okay, so for now, English, we put commas every 3 numbers. Right? Japanese, you can think of it as we put a comma every 4 numbers. Okay, invisible comma every 4 numbers. Why every 4 numbers? Because the man, right, is 10,000. 10,000 how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. So we were counting, every time we have 4 numbers, we will have a man. Then the next 4 numbers, we will have a oku. Right? So we have a man, we have the oku. So in this way, it's easier to let you know how to cut the numbers up lah. Okay, so every 4 number. So of course the comma is every 3 numbers, but in order to say out the number, we imagine there's a invisible wall between every 4 numbers. Okay, so for example, you can see the Japanese way of counting. So you can see this 1, 2, 3, 4 number, right? So how to count oku? Very simple, right? So we go for the 7,000 first. 7,000 nana sen. Then 900 q hyaku. Then 210 so niju. Right? Then 8 hachi. So you say this 4 number, then you add an oku at the back to represent 0.1 billion. Right? Then same for the man. All you need to do is you say all the numbers first, then you say man at the very end to say that it is this man. Right? So to give you an example, 4976万. Then you continue reading the rest. Right, so very same as Chinese, very similar to Chinese. Okay, so you can see this page lah. If you're not sure how to count, you can see this page. I believe you all reference this to do your homework, right? Okay, so you can see for the 4 numbers. So 3456, right? That's the first one. So simply like literally 3405 10 6. So this is how they phrase the sentence lah. Then if we have more numbers, you can say the bottom one, 116, right? So literally 1/10,060, right? So very simple like the phrasing. Okay, so I want to give you a small challenge. Can you write out the first 6 numbers of your mobile phone? First 6 numbers only, don't give me 8. 6 numbers in Japanese. Practice writing out 6 numbers in Japanese. Then you say to me, if I can understand, that means you are correct.
Let's say if they do like math homework in school, right? They just still use like this English 792 whatever, right? They don't like write it out in hiragana, right? Because it's very long, you know.
Okay, so Japanese people will write numbers as the numerical 8, then the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Because
Or they use the Chinese characters,
like,
1 2
three lines for like.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very long.
It's very long.
Okay.
So usually they will just, if I'm you, okay, if you are more familiar lah, now you are still learning. If, oh my god, my iPad is freezing. But anyways, usually they will just be like, Hachima, Nanase, that kind. Then 36. Of course, modern ways to write is like literally Hachima 36. Something like that.
Okay.
So people know like read easily, more easy to read lah, right? So this is the more modern way of writing. But of course, you need to know how to read it lah. Hachima 369. You need to know how to read it lah. So this is what our practice is about. I want you guys to know how to write it out. It means how to say it out also. Right? Imagine you go there, 80369. Then they're like, oh, you give me 4D number, 5D number, right? So you need to know how to read it out lah, not the individual digit itself. Right? I mean, for the money, when they charge you at the cashier, they don't say like 11369. Then you're like, what 1369? Right? Oh, it's $11,369. Right? They will read it out their way to you. So if you can't understand that way, then maybe I feel as a teacher also lah. Okay. So please try to write the first 6 digits of your phone number in hiragana. I mean, if you can read it out if you can read it out, then you don't need to write lah.
We did it the other time already.
With me?
Yeah.
But he did it last week, so not easy.
Oh, I did it with you guys already.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like that.
But you speed run through 10 minutes.
Oh, I did ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have too many classes that I forgot. Oh no. So don't need to do the practice?
I mean,
You can skip it? Okay, then I will skip it then. Sorry. They said I do before already. I don't remember. I have no recollection of that. Okay, then let's talk about time and day of the week since we're at it already. Okay. So if you recall counting from 1 to 10, we have 2 counting systems, right? For example, for 4 we have yon, we have shi. For 7 we have nana and chi. For 9 we have q and ku. So there's 2 counting systems. It's not very different, but just that you need to understand that 4, 7, 9 there is another reading to their system. So the relationship to this o'clock thing, right, is that we are using the second one. Okay, so if you realize, right over here, shi. So shi is the second reading, right? Shi. Also the 9 ku as well. For 4, we are not using shiji. We are using yoji. So it's like not here, not there. Not using the first reading, not using the second reading. Right? So you need to take note for 4 lah. Yoji instead of yonji or shiji. Both is wrong. Yoji. So but in general, the o'clock follows the second reading. Right? Follows the second reading. Okay, I'll read through everything again. 1時、2時、3時、4時、5時、6時、7時、8時、9時、10時、11時、12時。If you want to say 24 hours clock, continue 啦。13時、14時、14時、okay, not 14時、14時、15時、16時、17時、18時、19時。Okay, sorry, 19時。Right, not Q. 19時、20時、21時、22時、23時、24時。Of course, there's no 24時。2400 hours don't exist. Okay, so 23時 until 23時。Okay, that is for the o'clock. Very straightforward. We are using the second reading for the time. Okay, so why is there a difference with the minutes? Is because people don't want to say 7時7分. It sounds very like they want to separate the sound from the minutes. Make sure it sounds a little bit different for some of the characters. Okay, so for minutes, I will go through them one by one. First minute, 1分 sounds so boring, right? So double consonant, 1分, right? 1分. Second, 2分, right? You need to pay attention, P or F, right? P or F. Is it 分 or 分? So for the second one, 2分, right? Remember, it's not F-U-N, it's not F sound, not 分, 分. Right? Remember, Fuji, not Fuji, Fuji, right? Not Mount Fuji, Fuji, Fuji. Or Fuji apple, Fuji apple. Fuji, Fuji. So 2分. Okay, 2分。3分。4分。5分。6分. So 6分 is a bit more unique. They also use the double consonant sound. 6分。7分。8分。8分 also can say 8分. Right? You ask me why got 2, I don't know lah. The creator decided, 8分. Actually, he changed his mind. He said 8分 maybe doesn't sound as cool as possible. So he changed that. He said, 8分 is fine also. Okay, so 8分 or 8分 is fine. 9分, right? 9 minutes. And then 10 minutes. 10分. Right? So when we use F, when we use P, as you can see, there's no odd even pattern. It's really random. So just go and memorize. Very random. Yeah, the creator of the language, I don't know what he's doing also. I mean, when he decided to teach people how to count, what was he drinking? Okay, next we have 11 minutes, 11分. Right, 11 minutes. 15 minutes, 15分. Right, so we recycle the 1 to 10. Right, if 1 is 1分, then the 11 will be 11分. So we recycle the sound again. Right? All the way until 30 minutes. Right? 30 minutes. In English we say half past something. Right? In Chinese we say 3点半. Right? So same in Japanese, we can just say half. Right? So for example, if it is 3:30, 3時半. 3時半. Right? 3点半. Right? It's very straightforward. Half. Of course, if you want to say 30 minutes, also fine with it. 30分 is fine as well. Okay. Moving on, we have, where is it? Okay, 45 minutes, 45分, 50分, 55分. All, basically all recycle the way how we count. And then the ending is just how it works, like 1 to 10. Okay, that's for minutes. So far, so good. Cannot. Okay. Next, we have the question way to ask how many minutes, right? 何分. 何分. The question way, 何分. Then for what o'clock, of course, right? In Chinese we say 几点, right? So, right? 何時. Right, so 何時 is what o'clock, right? So 几点不11点 Okay, next we have the bottom of the page. These are days of the week. Nichiyobi is Sunday. So Nichi means, you can see the Chinese characters on the leftmost column, right? They have the 日月火水木金土, right? That is the elementals. So they count their days by the elementals. Meanwhile, Chinese people count by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 7. 7 is 天, I don't know why. Oh, 星期日. 日. So, same as Japanese, you can see the Sunday is going to be a 日 as well, right? So, Nichiyobi. Then Monday, 月曜日. Then Tuesday, 火曜日. 水曜日. 木曜日. 金曜日. 土曜日. Alright, Saturday. Then for what day of the week, we just say 何曜日. Right, 何曜日, the question way. Right, so the days of the week, honestly, it will take some time lah. For me, I think it took about 1 year or 2 years to finally realize Tuesday is Ka, Wednesday is Sui, Thursday is Moku. I can remember Friday, Saturday, Sunday very well. I don't know why lah. Okay, but the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the hardest. So just try, slowly try.
So you cannot use the number
No.
and yobi. You cannot do that.
No, there's no such thing. There's not like Ichiyobi, Niyobi, no such thing, sorry.
So like 月次 is moon Ka
Yeah,
is fire.
correct. So Getsu is moon, Ka is fire, Sui is water, Moku is wood, Kin is gold, Do is earth. Yeah. I don't know why they designate like that lah. I also don't know what's the logic here. Yeah. I also not very sure.
Because it's a Chinese way, 星期一, right?
Yeah, Chinese is easier, correct. Chinese way is easier. I also not sure why also.
So you took 1 year because you basically know like moon is 月次 but then you don't know like moon is
Yeah, cause Monday is MON ma, so MON is I tell you is moon already, so 月子 lor. It's easy to remember. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the harder one. But then it took me a while lah. Okay. So Tuesday is where the fire at work burns lah. Then Wednesday you put out the fire lah.
Yeah.
Then Thursday you set up the fire again lah. Alright, so remember it like that
Yeah,
lah.
there's some story and then the wood turn into gold and then you dreaming then go on then turn into soil then
You think of a story lor, yeah lor. That's how you can try to memorize this the best lor. Yeah, it took me quite a while to memorize also lah. Okay, then I don't want to talk about the month and day this week. I think it's going to be another mind-blowing session. Yeah, so we'll talk about the month and day next week. Okay, so now I just want to go through the homework, lesson 3. I'm not too sure if you guys are confident or you want to wait until next week then go through. I'm also okay. Maybe today we'll talk about lesson 4 instead of going through lesson 3 homework. How? You want 1 more week to prepare your homework or don't need? No need. Okay, then we'll go through lesson 3 homework now lah. Okay, let's open the homework, lesson 3 homework. Okay. Okay, we'll go in one circle. Number 1, これは紙ですか? Maybe we can start with 注意 first. 紙です。はい、紙です。Very good. Number 2, それは新聞ですか? Elise?
sorry wait what picture you wanna
Yeah.
sorry what should desu ka like the
それは新聞ですか? Use 雑誌 to answer.
いえそれは雑誌です
Very good. いえ、それは雑誌です. Alright, for answering, because we don't know where is the item, so we can just repeat the question. We don't know where the item is. Okay, so we just repeat the question. Number 3, あれは何ですか? Yes, 小さん.
椅子です。
Okay, あれは椅子です. Okay, that is a check. Yeah, あれは椅子です.
So must add, right?
I would say it's optional, but I will just throw it in since it's homework. Alright. Number 4. これは新聞ですか? それとも本ですか? Yes, それ。
これは、
Use 本 to answer.
本。 これは本です。
Very good. これは本です。これは本です。Right? So in the middle we use this word called それとも. You all know what is it?
Or.
Yeah, correct. It's the equivalent of or in English. It's very long. There's no shorter way. Or rather, there is a shorter way, but the one you all need to wait until maybe entry level, which is like maybe 1 or 2 years later. Then you all will learn. Okay? But this is so far the best one. Even I will use it also lah. それとも. It's like, is it A or is it B? Right? Or is it? So それとも is the equivalent. The exact equivalent is like or is it, rather than just or. So それとも. Okay. Number 5. Yes, 注意。それは田中さんの辞書ですか？
はい、それは田中さんの辞書です。
Thank you. Or we can say はい、そうです。Remember? Remember そうです？ You remember? Yeah. Yeah. So is like that's right. Right? はい、そうです。Yes, that's right. Okay? はい、田中さんの辞書です。はい、そうです。Number 6. この雑誌は誰のですか？ Okay, thank you. 鈴木さんの雑誌です。鈴木さんの雑誌です。Very good. Next section.
Sorry, can we leave out the what?
雑誌?
Sashi.
Okay, so because the question has already mentioned, right? So we don't want to repeat extra information. So you can omit it.
Can, right?
Yeah. If I ask you, is that your newspaper? Then you will reply me like, this newspaper is mine. You just say, yeah, it's mine. Right? So it's okay to omit it. But since you're doing homework, just copy and paste. Practice writing. Practice handwriting. Right? But yeah, usually we will omit whatever information has been asked in the question. We will just capture the new information. Okay, so for example, like, wow, I eat sushi yesterday. Right? Then the question is like, what did you eat yesterday? Then if you say, I eat sushi yesterday, yesterday is repeated, right? So actually we don't need to mention yesterday. We can just say, oh, I ate sushi. Full stop. Right? So, or you can just say, sushi desu. Okay? Next, number 1, fill in the bracket. So this is a question word bracket, so you just need to fill in the question. Number 1, これは Yes, it is it? Oh, sorry, Hjlsさん。それは何です？ Sorry.
これは本ですか？
Okay. これは本ですか？はい、本です。Right? So because of the height, the person agreed. So it must be asking, is that a book? Right? So just now I said 何ですか? Nan is what? So if I say what is this, the answer will not be height, right? Yes to what? Right? So the answer cannot be 何, it must be 本ですか? Right? Number 2. それは something の鍵ですか?
それは
So the answer is 田中さんのです。So we are asking
どなたの鍵ですか?
Very good. So it's going to be a question about who. So どなたの鍵ですか? So whose key is it? Number 3. あの人は something ですか? The answer is 木村さんです。Yes.
I put どなた or 木村さん.
Okay. So どなた will be better because they never agree or disagree. Right? So you can just say あの人はどなたですか? どなたですか? So who is that person?
Can you put Dari also? Okay, right?
That is fine lah, but if we don't know, if you don't know the person at all, then just, I mean, if the person dressed very well, please be polite. If the person, okay, in Singapore we dress very lapsap one, okay. So the lapsap person might be a CEO, we don't know lah. So we try to be polite lah. In Japan, we never know. Very lapsap might be just a CEO of a farming company. Okay, next.
Can we use onamai?
あの人はお名前
ですか?
Oh no. Okay. If you want to use 名前 means name. If you want to use a name, you need to put a note behind 人. So あの人の名前は何ですか? So nan is what? So あの人の名前は何ですか? So we cannot use 名前 in this sense lah, because あの人は then 名前ですか? Is the person's name? Is the person's name? Question mark. So it's like saying 那个人名字 question mark. 那个人名字 I mean English wise I understand what you're asking lah, but we sounds very weird on a literature sense, like on a writing sense. So we will continue to say どなたですか? Okay, so if you want to ask for name あの人の名前は何ですか? Then that is correct. Okay, number 4. 木村さんは something ですか? 21です。
木村さんは何歳ですか?
Okay, very good. What 何歳ですか? Polite. Be more polite.
The one with the
おいくつ? Okay lah, we try to be polite. You never know, he might be a billionaire, he might be a company CEO, the son of the CEO of a company. Okay, おいくつですか? 21です。Okay, number 5. あれは something ですか? それともペンですか? 鉛筆です。Yes, よさん。
あれは鉛筆ですか?
Very good. Okay, so 鉛筆 is the answer, so it must be one of the options lah. Since it is the answer, it must be one of the options. Yeah, 鉛筆 is correct. Okay, so we cannot say 何ですか? Although it sounds correct, but we don't say 何ですか because we give options, right? So the option has to be inside. Number 6. あなたの携帯は something ですか? Blah 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 です。
何番ですか?
Very good. 何番 is okay. So あなたの携帯は何番ですか? Right? So what number is it?
I wrote 番号.
What 番号ですか? Is your phone a number? Right? It becomes, is your phone a number? Yes, it is a number. Right? So yeah, we cannot say 番号, you have to say 何番 because 何 is the question. What number? Right? If you just say 番号, there's no question. Right? Is the phone a number?
Got you.
Yeah. Okay?
Say the keypad, right? Can also means phone.
携帯 means mobile. 携帯電話 means mobile phone.
Okay. So no need to say the then one.
Optional. Right? What is your mobile number? Right? What is your mobile phone number? Same, right? Yeah, same lah. Okay? So mobile versus mobile phone. Right? So 携帯 in Chinese character is 携带. So 携带 is like portable or bring along or mobile lah. So it simply means handheld, mobile, portable. Right? Your portable is what number? Right? Same understanding lah. Okay? So the number here, anybody want to try read? Anyone want to try to read this number? 8976
No?
Is it? Sorry, I dare wrong prematurely. It's correct. Okay. So 8976万5432. Right. Split every 4 numbers. Yeah. So I prematurely said that. Sorry. My bad. Okay. Moving down. Translate to Japanese for me.
トイレはそこです。
Okay. Toilet wa asoko desu. Very good. But toilet is very crude. It's like saying 厕所. Can you say 洗手间 instead? お手洗い. Thank you. お手洗い. お手洗い. I got answers already. Okay, お手洗い is more polite lah. Honestly, I go to Japan, I try to say お手洗い. Toilet sounds very crude. Like very low class person. Right? It's like, where is the toilet? I mean, if you go to atas like go to the restaurant, you don't say like, hey, toilet where? I mean, Singaporeans will lah, but if you want to act atas a bit, you want to act like high class, where is the washroom? Right? Where is the washroom? of course, there's even more. There's like 化妆室 in Chinese, right? There's lavatory in English. The loo, loo also very low class, right? Where's the lavatory? Then the restaurant person is like, what is lavatory? Yeah, I mean you go to atas restaurant, you ask where is the serviette, then you go to low class place, where is the tissue? Right, serviette, tissue. Yeah. Got one time I went to ask serviettes, then the F&B staff like, what is serviettes? I was like, oh, tissue lah. Egg atas one. Alright, so there are different ways to say things, and it really makes a difference when you use higher class words. It makes you more respectful. Okay, so we try to say otearai rather than toilet. Okay? Yeah, toilet sounds like liamban if you know what is it. Nobody knows. Okay. Number 2, information desk is that way.
Okay, so I couldn't find the translation for information desk.
Okay.
So information desk, so chira desk.
Information desk wa
Wow,
so chira desu.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, information desk is uketsuke. It's in the vocabulary list. Uketsuke. Uketsuke. So uketsuke wa sochira desu. Okay. I'm not going to erase my answers. Okay. I mean, you'll do already lah, so. Okay, next. This place is office. Yes.
ここは事務所です。
Very good. ここは事務所です. Not sure whether he see my answer, but okay. Okay, next. This is $250.
これは250ドルです。
Very good. これは$250です. So don't tell me 250 250ドルです.
You wrote 250.
Yeah, 250ドルです. I'm too lazy, so. 200, 250, 510. Right? 250ドル. Okay, number 5. Where is Mr. Tanaka?
田中さんはどこですか？
Okay, どこですか? Very good. He's in the classroom. Yes, Elise.
Wait, all my was missing.
Oh, no wonder. Information also gone. The information desk. Wow. Oh, your was missing. Okay.
Sorry, where am I? Question.
Number 6. 658. He's in the classroom.
Oh, this one the what here? Okay, Tanaka-san wa Sensei no Heya desu ka? Is it A? Or is it E?
Okay. She used Sensei no Heya. Teacher's room. Okay, fine. I give it to her. But classroom is 教室. 教室.
Wait,
Right?
6, right? But 6 is teacher's room, right?
A. 5A. 5A.
5A.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, 5A I wrote kare wa kyoushitsu desu.
Okay, very good. 彼は教室です.彼は教室です. Number 6 is Tanaka in the is Mr. Tanaka in the teacher's room. Yes, yours.
田中さんは先生の部屋ですか?
Okay. I'm missing a car, sorry. my answer is missing a car. Okay. 田中さんは先生の部屋ですか? Okay, very good. Yeah, correct. Okay, 先生. Pronounce as 先生. Okay. 先生, yes. 先生の部屋ですか? Number 7, how old is that person? Polite.
あちらはおいくつですか？
Okay, Achira is over there. Over there is how old? Where is the person? So you want to say that person. So, or その人 then the subject particle はあの人は
おいくつですか？
Very good. The question is correct. The front part あの人はおいくつですか? Right? You want to ask the person's age. So you ask あの人はおいくつですか? So the は is the subject particle. Subject is about that person. Right? あの人. Right? So あの人はおいくつですか? Okay, so far so good. Let me know if the aircon is cold. 7A. He is 20 years old. Use 20歳.
彼は20歳です。
Okay, 彼は20歳です. Please take note, the wa and the ha is the same character. Okay. I want to make one announcement here. Right, watashi, right? People tell me watashi is like that in the final quiz. I have past students lah. So please, this one is wa only when it is the particle. Other than the particle itself is always a ha. So it's watashi is always this wa. So please don't give the wrong wa in your answer. Okay, not hatashi. Hatashi sounds. People write hatashi to say me, to say themselves lah. No, it's wa. Wa character. The correct wa character is this one, not this one. This is only wa when we use it as a particle, as a subject particle. Okay, so please take note. Okay, number 8. Where is her house?
彼女の家は Oh my god, you know wrong one. Hold on. 彼女の家どこですか?
Your wa is missing. 彼女の
Oh, yeah, where's my wa?
家はどこですか? 彼女の家はどこですか?
Where my wa go? Okay.
Your wa all disappear. Okay, 彼女の家はどこですか? So the subject is about her house. Alright, so 彼女の家はどこですか? Her house is in Hougang.
彼女の家は方眼です。
Very good. 彼女の家は方眼です. Very good. Yeah, very good. Right, so the subject is still her house, right? So 彼女の家は方眼です. Okay, now move on to the next page. Okay, where are you from? Who did we start at? Oh, come to.
あなたの国はどこですか?
Very good. あなたは Okay, so there's a few ways to say this. Like you can see over here the red one. あなたはどこの国ですか? So 哪里的国家? Right, or you can say あなたはあなたの国はどこですか? Also can.
Oh, also can.
Yes, both is fine. あなたの国は that means your country is where versus あなたはどこの国 you what country? Right? You where country versus your country is where? Same, right? So your answer is correct. Your answer is
So it can be wa or no.
okay. It depends on what you want. It depends on the translation. There's two ways to say this. Your country is where versus where is your country? Yes. What am I saying? Sorry. The first one is your country is where versus you where country. You where country. The phrasing here you where country question. Your one is your country where. So both is same. Both ask the same thing. It's just different phrasing. Okay, whether you want to use you as the subject or you want to use your country as a subject. So both is same. Both is same. Both is the same meaning. Okay, number 9A.
私の国は韓国です。
Okay. 私の国は韓国です。Okay, or 私は sorry, your answer is
私の国
okay. My country is Korea. Her answer is my country is Korea. Right? 私は韓国です also okay. I am from Korea. I am Korea. Right? So 私は韓国です. Because 韓国 is already the country. So we can omit out 私の国. We can omit out the word country.
That's why I wrote it just I am from the country of Korea.
Yeah, I'm Singapore, I'm Korea, I'm Japan. It works also what? But I'm not saying it's wrong lah. You can still continue to use it. Okay? Of course, the one that I write here, please don't copy because you have not learned it yet. You have not learned the kara yet. So we skip that first. Number 10, what is your job?
I didn't do.
Oh, anybody try?
Neither you do it. Just empty.
Yeah, I wonder why I never do. Okay, what is your job?
Anata no shikoto wa nan desu ka?
Very good. Anata no shikoto wa nan desu ka? Very good. Do I need to write this? Anata no shikoto wa nan desu ka? Anata no shikoto wa nan desu ka? Or お仕事は何ですか? Right? お仕事 for the polite one lah. If you don't want to say あなた, you can just change it to お仕事. お仕事は何ですか? Remember the お国は何ですか? Yeah. The お国は何ですか? お仕事は何ですか? Right? I just omit out the あなた only. I just put the polite mark, polite particle in. Okay, back to Elise. I am jobless.
私は無職です。
Okay, 私は無職です。Thank you. 私は無職です。In Japanese, we don't need to say me or you. We can omit out 私, we can omit out あなた. Because in the conversation between two persons, if I say like sushi, if it's not I like, it's you like, right? So in a way, like we know in the conversation we understand who is the one saying this thing. So we don't need to say like, oh, you like sushi, I like watermelon, right? Like watermelon can already. Because if it's not you like, I like 就是不是你就是我 right? So that's why my answer here is just 無職です jobless full stop. It's not rude, it's just that I don't repeat like 私あなた. It sounds very cringe to the Japanese people if you are saying like 私あなた, right? So we will try to omit them out in conversation verbally, but writing we still keep them in lah. Okay. Number 11. Which country is this watch made in? Yes, I think it's 祖语 or 祖惠.
この時計はどこの時計ですか?
Very good. この時計はどこの時計ですか? Or これはどこの時計ですか? これは This is どこの何的時計ですか? 手表何的手表 Right? That's one way to say it.
Wait, but there's no mention of country.
Okay, if you want a country, then it will be this one here. Right? So we will put the kuni in between the doko and the toke. Doko no kuni no toke desu ka?
We need a bag.
Right? Doko no kuni no toke desu ka? We cannot put a bag. How you put a bag?
この時計はどこ国ですか?
This watch is what country?
Yeah.
We need to say what countries apostrophe s. So if you say この時計はどこの国のですか? That is correct.
Oh, you want no?
You want to put one no, that is correct. Yeah.
Wait, so it's どこの国の?
Yes.
Who knows?
We omit out the toke, the last toke word, because you find it repetitive, so you can omit that.
Okay.
Of course, it's supposed to be この時計はどこの国の時計. Yeah. But if you find yourself repeating information, you can just omit it out. Right? For example, like I ask you, 誰の? Right? For example, like このペンは誰のペンですか? Right? I said pen 2 times, right? So I can, the second pen can just omit. このペンは誰のですか? Yeah. If I say このペンは誰ですか? 这个 pen 是谁? Who is this pen?
I think it works in Singlish.
It works in English, but it doesn't work in proper English also. Lah.
Okay.
Right? So we need the apostrophe S. We need the note
Okay.
to show possession. Okay? Okay. This watch is made in Japan.
この時は日本の時です。
Okay, good. She repeated Toke 2 times, but it's okay. Okay, the second Toke can just omit it if you want to. Just like how the example here, the answer here. Right, we omitted it. The second Toke. Okay, ignore the blue and the green one. That one is higher level Japanese. Right, if it's made in Japan, of course there's a better way to say it lah. Instead of saying something no, instead of using a no particle. Of course there is made in Japan, right? In Chinese, how do we say 中国字? Same more. We have this word 字 in Japanese as well. It's called say.
So if you only want one toke, then you must keep the first toke.
Yes, you keep the first one. You don't throw away the first one.
I throw away the front one, put the
You,
second one.
you
Okay.
throw away the second one because if you know that you're talking about a watch.
Okay.
Okay, number 12. Which way is the company? I think it's 要想.
会社はどちらですか?
Very good. 会社はどちらですか? 会社はどちらですか? Right, company is which way? Okay. Yeah, same answer. Moving on. How much is this cigarette?
このタバコはいくらですか?
Okay, このタバコはいくらですか? Okay, good. So this cigarette is how much? Right, このタバコはいくらですか? Number 14, how old are you?
あなたは何歳ですか?
Okay, あなたは何歳ですか? あなたはおいくつですか? Both is fine, huh? Yeah, just because I don't say it doesn't mean it's wrong. Okay, just check with me if you want to. Right, おいくつ is okay. Number 14A, I am 17. 17歳です. Wow, okay, 17歳です. 15, what is your name?
あなたの名前は何ですか?
Very good. あなたの名前は何ですか? Or if you want to throw away the あなた is fine also. お名前は何ですか? Right, お名前は the polite particle お. Okay, next. My name is Utada.
I write 私は歌です but I suppose the 私は can be dropped.
Your answer, okay, yes, can. You can say Utada desu, or you can say 私の名前はUtada desu. Also can. Okay, 名前はUtada desu. Utada desu. 私はUtada desu. All is okay. Right? Do we need to put a san here? Utada-san desu.
No, you don't refer to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You refer to yourself, it's like, I introduce myself as I'm Mr. Ben. Then they like, why, what, Mr. is your name?
Why
Right?
the doctor?
Sure. I mean, it depends on the situation.
Okay.
If you need to introduce yourself as a doctor, then you introduce yourself as a doctor, right? It's not like what for you introduce yourself as
But is
doctor.
there like a doctor version in Japan?
They will just say doctor. But really, I don't think there's a DR dot in Japanese.
Okay.
They will just say doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, to say PhD lah. Okay, answer the questions and write in hiragana. お名前は何ですか? This is an open-ended question if you are wondering what to do. It's an open-ended question. We stop at it is or is it 智慧? Okay.
私の名前はついです。
Okay, very good. How do you write 注意? You ask Google.
Google Translate.
The kata.
I see.
I just looked at you, then why you?
注意. Okay. Let me think on how to translate. Elise. Yeah, yours is nice.
That's correct. I wrote my full name.
This is your name.
My surname, right? Surname first.
Oh,
Right?
okay, Lim is correct. 姚西亚。哦，要想啊。
对对对。Follow the Chinese. But there's no G at the end, right?
No, no G. I think the best is like that. Yeah, the best is like that.
Okay.
I will work on it. I will try to work on translating your names for you guys. Then I will put it in the group chat. Then you guys can reference it. But I think if you Google Translate, 90% is going to be correct. How about you?
I wrote in English.
Okay, I will work on trying to translate your names for you. Okay, number 2. あなたはおいくつですか? Yes, Hjls.
私は53歳です。
Okay, 53歳です。Okay.
Oh my god, you don't look good.
Right, he looks like early 40s. He looks like early 40s. Okay, 53歳です。Thank you. I presume I'm not going to ask the others. Okay, number 3. あなたの学校の名前は何ですか? Okay, they're talking about this school, but if you don't know, it's fine. You're just going to read the...
I didn't try it, so I don't know.
You're not going to read the English name out, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. 方眼。日本語学校です。方眼。日本語学校です。Right. For primary school, we say 小学校 right? 小学校小学校 I think I'll just type it out. Okay, so primary school we say 小学校 This one. This is primary school. Secondary school we say 中学校 Then for high school 高校 Not 高学校高校だけ高校 only. Okay, so 高校 So these are the high school, secondary school, and primary school. But of course in Japanese they don't say primary and secondary. Instead they say elementary, middle, high. Same as the US education system. Okay,
I have one question. Why do you write Hogan in
Hiragana.
Hiragana?
Because we don't expect you to be very familiar with katakana. By right, it's supposed to be in katakana.
For the quiz, we can write on Hiragana.
You want to write English also can. Challenge yourself lah. Why you want to write English?
So what is the quiz like? It's
What do you mean how?
like that one, something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like homework.
And
Yeah. So it depends on whether you're comfortable with writing hiragana. At least please write hiragana. If you're really very bad at hiragana, I allow you to write romaji. Romaji is the English characters,
Okay.
right? And then if you are even more advanced, you want to write kanji, go ahead. Stop.
I can write hiragana, but I need the.
If you
Yeah.
it's on the wall. Okay. At the present moment, you are only 2 or 3 lessons in. You are not very familiar with hiragana yet. But at the end of the lesson, by end of this E1, you should be familiar with
Like, you know, we
hiragana.
read Tanaka so many times. Like, I can tell this is Tanaka.
Yeah.
But I don't know which one is Star, which one is Ka, which one is.
Oh my god.
Ka is Ka, because you know the question behind Ka.
But you should know because you write Tanaka in succession, in consecutive succession. So you should know
the
Tanaka.
the tone, the same, just the way halfway. Yeah. I was telling you, the only thing I can remember is this, because every line is this.
Yeah, just like that's like how people say watashi can write. I know what is wa and what is ta, what is she. So
Maybe 2 more lessons you ask me.
yeah, it's just that's why you all should write as much as you can right now, right? Even though I say can omit, but try to practice writing lah. So it will help you memorize the hiragana system more. The more you write, the more you remember. Yeah, because you have a chance to use it then you just use it lah. But the quiz, if you really cannot, then romaji in English characters. I'm okay one. Basically the quiz is just to get a certificate lah. But the certificate is very useless. You cannot use it to find jobs.
Okay.
It's just to say completion, certificate of participation.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Write in hiragana. I trust that you guys try your best to write. Okay, 12 is very easy. 12. 89. Who do you stop? I think 2.
8 to Q.
Very good. 8, 10, Q. Right? So is there W in Ju? Yes. Q? Yes. Okay. Hachiju Q W W. Next 378. 300. Very good. 300. 300. Right? So 378. 78. Okay, next 1456.
Do I use sen or do you use isen?
No, just say sen.
Sen, okay, sen, yon, yaku, goju.
Okay, 1456. Very good. 1456. 5201.
5201.
Very good. 5201. 5201. Okay, next we have 458732.
45만 8,732.
Very good, perfect. 45만. You're so fast clap already. You all see the next one, what? 45만. Right, 45만. Then 8,732. Yeah. Then the next one, you're right.
Right.
I will tell usually when I give this homework to my student, I'll just say you all just split into 2 6, like 6 digit and 6 digit. Then you all.
I wrote the whole thing.
Because you all don't need to count so much. I told you guys already. Good. Okay, sure. Since you all write the whole thing, Elise, you want to go?
San, sen, nana, hyaku, hachi, ju, kyu, hoku,
Okay, good.
hasen, nana, hyaku, roku, ju, go, man,
Very good.
yon, sen, san, hyaku, ni, ju, ichi.
Very good.
Yay.
Wow. Samgyaku, correct. Yeah. Nothing to say. Very good. Everything was correct. Everything's correct. You all caught that? Okay, good. I'm not gonna write that. I will say that, but I will not write that. Okay, you guys need a break. Come back, then we will start lesson 4. Great, very nice, very nice.
Give you brain.
Sensei, yes. Toilet, what is it? The keys here? Is it for us? Ah, it's locked. Yeah. Oh, is it? It's probably accidental.
There's no key here. Is it urgent?
Yeah, but it's okay. I'll try to.
Sorry about that. I also. Just X. Usually, we don't lock the.
Probably, yeah, someone locked
Someone
it.
accidentally locked it from
Yeah.
inside. Just ask.
Did you guys do your homework together? Individually? Okay. I was imagining you all like sit down at the table together.
They
like-
discuss it.
It didn't work. Try to use a screwdriver to force it to turn. Doesn't work. Okay. I see. You guys okay? You wanna continue? Okay. Lesson 4, the vocabulary list is very long because we are learning a new kind of word called adjectives. So adjectives in English, we use them to describe things, right? So in Chinese we say 形容词, right? So describe things. So when we want to describe, there's a lot of ways to describe things. Cool car, pretty car, fast car, slow car, expensive car, right? All these are adjectives. Right? So if you're ready, we will go through them. You just repeat after me. Ringo, Bingo, Ichigo, Ichigo, Banana, Banana, Coffee, Coffee, Gyunyu, Gyunyu, Kare, Kare, Cookie, Cookie, Tabemono, Tabemono, Nomimono, Nomimono, Ryori, Ryori, Shorui, Shorui, Manga, Manga, Nimotsu, Nimotsu, Shatsu, Shatsu, Shiken, Shiken, Mondai, Mondai, Mono, Mono, Yama, Yama, Machi, Machi. Just now we talk about Michi as well, right? So Michi. Right, so Machi, Michi is two different things. Machi is town, Michi is road, the path. Okay? Next. Tokoro, Tokoro, Sakura, Sakura. Right? Not really an R sound, remember? So Sakura. So it's just La at the back. Sakura. Right? Not Sakura. Right? There's no Ra. So Sakura. Fujisan. Fujisan. Right? No F sound as well. Not Fu.
Why is it not Fujiyama?
Okay, good question. Japanese, there are plenty of ways to read something. Right? You see the character as san. Doesn't mean sun. It doesn't mean Yama. It can be like sun, Yama. I can show you lah. So basically, for example, Yama. So you can see this character Yama. It can be read as sun, Yama. That's two lah. Two of it only lah. If you want to go on to other words, for example, Nichiyobi, Nichi. For example, the word Nichi, this character. So you can see this character has a few meanings. It can be Nichi or Hi. It can be Bi. It can be Jitsu. It can be Ka also. So one character has plenty of ways to pronounce. Just because you see the character before doesn't mean you know how to pronounce it. Yeah. So there's many pronunciation. It can also means, okay, this nanori simply means when it is paired with another word. When it's paired with another word, it has other meanings also. It can be a, aki, iru, ku, kusa, ko, su, tachi. It's a lot of ways to read one word. So very hard to explain to you why is it.
Is you know kind of thing.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Okay.
It's very hard to explain to you why it's not Yama and it's San.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are many readings. Yama is when the word is standalone by itself. San is when it's paired with another word. But when it's paired with another word, there might be another reading to it also. So it's very hard to explain to say why it's not Yama. It's very hard to explain. Okay? Next. Tenki. Tenki. Yuki. Haru. Haru. Natsu. Natsu. Aki. Fuyu. Fuyu. No F sound, H-U, Fuyu. Next we have Kisetsu. 季節
季節
カラス
カラス
カラス犬
犬
犬タコ
タコ
タコ今
今
今
今
今日
今日
今日明日
明日
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 Okay, from here on is all the adjectives are 暑い
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 寒い寒い冷たい冷たい Okay, I want to talk about this. So you see, both means cold. So 寒い is for things that you didn't touch, right? If as long as you don't touch, you say it's 寒い, right? If you touch the thing, then you can say 冷たい. 冷たい means it's cold to the touch. So we split lah. There's two lah. One is you touch and one is you don't touch. For 暑い, there is also a split between hot you touch and hot you don't touch. But however, both use the same hiragana, 暑い. But they use different kanji. So if you can see over here, right? This one is the weather is hot. That one is hot to the touch. Right? 烧 versus 热. So there's two different ways lah. Both is read the same way. Both is read as 暑い. So this is why you don't see there's hot for weather or air for hot for thing. Right? So the thing to separate this 冷たい and 寒い is really whether you touched it before or not. If you touched it, it's cold. But you can't touch air lah. You can't touch air and say the air is 冷たい. Right? However, when the air goes into your throat, you can say that, oh, the throat is 冷たい. It means like, oh, my throat is now cold. Okay, so that's a general difference. Okay, moving on. 暖かい 暖かい 涼しい 涼しい 大きい 大きい 小さい 小さい いい いい 良い 良い There is two here because いい is the modern one. 良い is the more traditional one. Okay, so we will use いい more often than 良い. If you watch anime a lot, you might hear some of the samurai people use 良い. Right? That one is a bit more traditional. It just means yes. Right?
Sorry, then Atatakai and Suzushi, there's no like voting for whether one lah.
暖かい just not really lah. But we don't say 涼しい usually means wind, right? Like 涼しい like the wind blow, very cooling. You don't touch the bottle and say, oh, it's very cooling.
Yeah.
Unless you like that lah.
Okay.
Right?
But you do say the weather is warm.
We just say the weather is hot, right? Even Singapore, we don't say.
Yeah lah. Okay.
Even, in Singapore, 30 degrees is hot. 25 degrees is also hot. Right? What, will you change your words and say, oh, it's warm? Right? Usually warm, we reserve it for like food lah, like things lor. Like it's up to your personal judgment whether it's warm or hot also. Right? For example, fever, 43 degrees is hot, 39 degrees is also hot, 38 is warm, 37 is not warm. So it's like depending on the situation also lah, when you use warm and hot. Okay, next we have 大きい 大きい big 大きい big. Okay, sorry. 大きい next. Oh, sorry. Oh, we already finished that.
You hit good nights already.
Oh, we went to good nights. Okay, sorry. Next, 悪い 悪い 高い 高い 安い 安い Yeah, this one Singaporean favorite word lah, huh? Please memorize that. Next, 低い 低い 新しい 新しい 古い 古い 重い 重い 軽い 軽い 難しい 難しい
Muzukashi.
Yasashi.
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 Karai.
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 Amai.
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 Hiroi.
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 Semai.
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 Tanoshii.
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 Omoshiroi.
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 Okay, next we have kawaii.
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 Please be careful and don't say kawaii. Kawaii means beautiful. Okay, kawaii with one eye means beautiful. Kawaii with kawaii means scary. So if you want to compliment somebody, please say kawaii. Drag as long as you want to. Please don't say the wrong thing. Okay. Instead of saying someone cute, you say someone is scary or 可怜 So very tragic. Okay, so please be careful. Next we have oishi.
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 Minikui.
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 Right, this one I don't know why uglies need to write so long. Okay, next urusai.
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 Noisy, loud. Shiroi.
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 Kuroi.
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 Akai.
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 Aoi.
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 Kiroi.
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 Genki na.
Genki.
Okay, sorry, before we start with that. So as you can see, so up to kiroi, everything ends with an I, right? Up to kiroi. So all these I, we call them the E adjective. Okay, we will explain what is that in a while. Okay, those are called the E adjective. So they end with I. Right, so from then on, you see the bracket NA, right? Na. So these are all called the na adjective. Right, there is two kinds of adjective, the E adjective and the na adjectives. Right, we will learn what is the differences later. But for now, carry on with genki na.
Genki na.
Genki na.
Genki na.
Shizuka na.
Shizuka na.
Shizuka na.
Shizuka na.
Shinsetsu na.
Shinsetsu na.
Shinsetsu na.
Shinsetsu na.
Handsome na.
Handsome na.
Handsome na.
Handsome na.
真面目な。
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 簡単な。
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 複雑な。
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 暇な。暇な。
暇な。
便利な。
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 安全な。
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 大切な。
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 きれいな。
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 So you can see this きれい ends with an E, right? But it is not an E adjective. It is a na adjective. There is exceptions like this. Okay, this is an exception. Next one will be also an exception. 有名な。
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 Right, so these two are the exceptions at your level, at your stage, where they end with an E, but they don't classify as an E adjective. Okay, these are two exceptions. We will see them a lot in the homework so that we'll drill them into you that these are the exceptions. Okay, next we have 大変。大変。
大変。
とても。
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 すごく。
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 ちょっと。
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 あまり。
あまり。
あんまり。
あまり。
そんなに。
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 どう。
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 Right, so all these are our question words as well as our adverbs. So adverbs are things that tells it's like our very in English very. So it tells intensity of something, like to what degree, to what extent, right? It tells people, oh, it's hot, it's very hot, right? So it tells people like how hot is something. It tells the intensity, right? So these are what we call the adverbs. We will look at them in a while. Okay, lesson 4. So they say before you learn this, please look at family 1 and 2. Sorry, we'll talk about family 1 and 2 next week. Okay, so there is two adjectives. You can see the introduction. So one is the E adjective that ends with an E, Another one is a na adjective when we use na when we need to modify a noun. Okay, so these two adjectives both are adjectives. We use them to describe things, right? So as I said, fast car, pretty car, cheap car, all these are adjectives. But how to use them, right? We will learn how to use them now. So let's start with E adjective first. We purely talk about E adjective first.
Sure, difference. So like, why quiet is a non-adjective, but the opposite, like noisy, is not a noun?
I cannot answer the question also.
Because if you know, you know. Okay.
It's the creator guy, he decided one.
Alright.
There is no rule. I don't know what he's doing also lah. Why need to have two kind of adjectives, right? Just stick to one lah. Right? Chinese also don't have.
Okay.
Right. Okay, number 1. この町は新しいです。Right? この町は this city is 新しい new です。Right? So we can use it as like that. Like our 私は綺麗です。Right? I am pretty, something like that. Right? So we can use it as I am something. So this is how we can use adjective. This is behind our noun. Right? We use it behind the noun. So if we use it behind the noun, we need to have our subject particle, right? Because you're describing the subject. Okay, whatever the subject is. So subject matter, wa, the adjective. Okay, so example 1. この時計は古いです。So this clock is old. Number 2. シンガポールは楽しいです。Singapore is enjoyable. Singapore is fun. Number 3. 子供は可愛いです。Children are cute. Okay? 子供は children is 可愛い cute. Right? Then we skip to number 6. 夏は暑いです。Right? Summer is hot です。Number 8. Mount Faber は低いです。Right? 低い means low. So Mount Faber is low. Okay? We will learn about how to say height later. Because height is different. We cannot say high or low by the adjective. We need to say height is tall, height is short. Right? Height is high, height is low. We will say that. We will learn how to say that later. For now, we just stick to this. Number 10. いちごは赤いです。So いちご is strawberry, so strawberry is red です。Okay. Moving on to number 2. Now I want to say the opposite. Not. Right? このコーヒーは熱くないです。So what did we do here is it comes from the word 熱い。熱い。We drop the I, right? We drop the E. We drop this E. We replace it with a kunai. We just throw away the E at the back and then we just put in a kunai. So all the E adjectives, we throw away the E. The last I, we put in the kunai. So this is how we change it to negative, right? So hot is 暑い. Not hot will be 暑くないです. Okay, more examples. For example, number 1. この部屋は広くないです. So 部屋は広くないです. So 広い. Throw away the E, put in the くない. So 広くない. Right? Just throw away the last I, letter I only. Then you put in the kunai inside. It becomes negative already. So 広いくない. 広くない. Number 2. 試験は優しくないです. Right? 優しい means friendly, nice. So 優しい, throw away the last I. 優しくない.
So it definitely gets 2 eyes, right?
Yes, 2 eyes. 優しい right? So we throw away 1 eye, we still have 1 more eye. Right? It's our mahjong tile. We throw away 1 eye, we still have 1 more tile. We throw away the 2 eyes, we have 1 more eye. Okay? So 優しくないです. Okay, we go on to the next page. Number 3. この荷物は重いです。重い means heavy, so negative is 重くないです。So 重い, we throw away the E, it means there's no more E. So no E sound already. So omoi, omokunai. Omokunai. There's no more E sound already. So omokunai. Not omoi kunai. Some students might make the mistake and say omoi kunai. But there's no more E sound already. So if I hear that, that means it's wrong already lah. Omokunai. Omokunai. Okay, next, number 4. Semai, change to semakunai. Semakunai. Number 5. Minikui, change to minikunai. Minikukunai. Right, minikui, minikukunai. So there's 2 kuku inside lah. Okay. So minikukunai desu.
Okay, so if it's like not kawaii, then would it just be
Kawaii kunai.
oh, so but it won't be pitiful lah.
No.
It will just be not
Kawaii become kawakunai.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Great.
Love it.
Because kawaii, Kawai, 1 I only ma.
Yeah, so
So
you
we-
remove, yeah.
No more I already.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so I was thinking if 2i minus 1i equals 1i, but then the 1i itself is pitiful, but it's not like, it's just not cute lah.
Yeah lah. Okay. Number 6. Urusai, change to urusakunai. Right? Urusai, throw away the E, becomes urusakunai. Number 7. Aoi. Aoi is yet blue, right? So aoi, remove the 1i, it becomes aokunai. Aokunai. Okay. 8. Shiroi, change to shirokunai. Shiroi, throw away the last E, put in the kunai, shirokunai. Shirokunai. Number 9. Yokunai desu. Okay, this one comes from yoi. Yoi. Right? Yoi, throw away the last I, we put in the kunai, it becomes yokunai. Then you might be thinking, right? You see the notes for number 9? The negative of E desu is yokunai desu. Right? Not E kunai desu. Okay? E kunai do not exist. Please be careful of this one. Right? Just now we said there's E and yoi. Right? Then I told you that E is modern way to say good. Yoi is the more traditional way to say good. But however, the modern good, they forgot to include the negative form. So they decided that the negative ikunai sounds very weird. So they say, okay, let's use back the traditional way to say no. Not good. Yeah, so yokunai. Okay, so positive, we can use good. Positive or good, we can use yoi. We can use e. But the negative, we only can use one, which is yokunai. Okay, there's no ikunai. So far, so good.
So the kunai is used because of the adjective.
What do you mean by adjective?
No, it's like I see here they say like before that we use the ja animasen.
Oh, okay, wait. Ja animasen will come in the adjective, not here. Okay, so e adjective, the negative is as such. The ja or dewa animasen will come in for the adjective. That one in a while. Okay, so this is special for e adjective.
And this list is not exhaustive, right? There's like way,
Wow.
way more.
Wow, in English what we have splendid, fabulous, marvelous, wonderful. You think Japanese only got one wonderful man?
I should get French lah.
French is gonna be the same. Perfecto. Okay, next. Number 10. So we don't use so there, so they wa arimasen, right? So you can use the highlight that you should highlight here is so can replace the noun only. Right? So what do you mean by so can replace the noun only? For example, I ask you, is this Mr. Tanaka's? Then you say so des. That's right. But if I ask you, is this red? You cannot say so des. You have to say aka desu. Right? You cannot say, if I ask you, is this beautiful? You cannot say so desu. Right? You have to tell me, beautiful desu. Right? So is only reserved for noun. Okay, so this is the.
So you ask if is she beautiful, then you can so this.
Can. She is. Right? If I ask you, is the car green? You cannot say so desu, because the car is not a person.
But it is green.
Okay. Wait. I think it's okay. A car is a noun,
Yeah, nice.
right? So we can use so des for car,
Okay.
but we cannot use so des for things that are not a noun. For example, it's not a noun. can't come up. For example, それは何ですか? So this. What is that? Yes, it is.
Yeah, cause
That's what. Okay, that's I know. That makes sense, but I'm thinking. Is there anything that oh, sorry, they gave it already. Okay. So the example here they say is number 10. Actually, why are we here? I haven't even talked about the question yet. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to the question first. Okay, so question word that we are learning here, right, is basically desu ka? Question mark. You put a question mark behind, it becomes a question. Right? So number 10. このシャツは高いですか? はい、高いです。いいえ、高くないです。Right? 高くないです。Okay, next. Number 11. 日本は今寒いですか? So 今寒いですか? So now cold. Right? So you say はい寒いです。いいえ寒くないです。So what they mean here is we cannot use so des because ima is not a noun. Ima is noun. Noun. So if you want to say now is cold, you have to say yes, now is cold. You cannot say like so des because ima is not a noun, it is just a time reference. So that's one. Okay. So you can see the bracket lah. They say the question sentence which ends with an adjective desu ka, we don't reply with so des. Right?
So like
Is it cold?
in Chinese it's like 日本现在冷吗? Then you cannot say 是的.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Because ultimately there's no point to object of reference when you will say that as compared to is he a student? Yeah, yes, he is a student. Yes.
So after you state the what do you call it,
The state the
the knots, as in then you must say what is the correct.
okay,
You will have to repeat that.
your response can be either is that red? You can say no, it's not red, or no, it's blue. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can give two answers lah. You don't necessarily have to correct the person. You can just say it's not that thing. Is that card yours? No, it's not. No, it's his. Right? Because you have two options to see how you want to reply lah. Okay? No, I mean I can explain more if you need to.
Say
Yes.
that, is there something like, okay, is it expensive? No, it's not. It's very expensive.
Oh, can also.
That's the first thing or not?
Have. It's
So it's still a yeah, right? It's still a no.
that one will fall under sarcasm already.
Oh.
That one not normal response. That one will fall under sarcasm. So
Okay.
yeah. No, it's not expensive, it's very expensive. That one is the joke already, right? It's like a stand-up comedy already. Right? So the one is a figurative or speech. It's like how people put it. Right? 高いですか? 高くないです. とっても高いです. Right? We haven't learned とても, we'll learn it soon. Right? So it all is very expensive. Right? That one is it's not normal way that we'll learn it lah. That one is sarcasm. Okay? Okay, number 3. Now we put the adjective in front of the noun. Right? So previously we said the car is beautiful. Now I want to say the beautiful car is something. So if you recall our kono means we can put more details behind, right? So same as our kono lah. So if we were to put this adjective in front of the bag, we can say more things, right? So これは軽いカバンです. Right? This is a light bag. この軽いカバンは something. You can also use it as この or you can also use it as これ. But the thing is, if we use it in front of the bag, right, we can use up to 2 adjectives in one sentence. For example, この軽いカバンは高いです. この it's not here. この軽いカバンは高いです. This light bag is expensive. We can use up to 2 adjectives if we put it in front. Right? So basically, if you put it in front, we save a bit of words lah. That means we are just immediately, directly describing the item, right? So instead of making a factual sentence and say this car is beautiful, you are just saying that this beautiful car is blah 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 blah, right? Like 顺便, like just conveniently put in the word beautiful for the car. Then after that you say your main point at the back, right? So this is how we can use number 3. Okay, so adjective in front of the noun. Okay, so for example, 富士山は number 1 富士山は高い山です right? 富士山 is tall mountain です number 2カレーは辛い料理です right? curry is spicy dish です number 3クッキーは甘い食べ物です so 甘い食べ物 sweet food sweet food
So all these don't need like the no lah.
no need to put a no so adjective we don't need to put any particle. Right? Okay, that one we'll come to it. When we come to it, then we worry. Okay, for adjective, we just throw it there. We just put in front of the noun, that's all. We don't need to change anything, don't need to add anything. We just put it in front. Okay, just purely put it in front. Right, number 4, oishi nomimono desu. Right, delicious drink. Number 5, warui tenki desu. Bad weather. Warui tenki desu. Number 6, suzushi kisetsu desu. Right, cooling season. Cool season. Right, number 7, samui kisetsu, cold season. Right, number 8, kiroi kudamono. Kudamono means fruits. So kiroi means yellow, so yellow fruits. Banana is a yellow fruit. Okay, now we go on to the noun adjective. They are a little bit more troublesome to manage. Okay, so number 4, kare wa genki desu. Okay, so far it's okay. For the first one it's okay. Later then you'll see how troublesome they can be. Okay, kare wa genki desu. So straightforward, same as our adjective. We just put the word there, right? Put the word behind our subject, right? Our subject, then the wa particle, then kire desu. Straightforward, Let's go on to example. Tanaka-san wa shizuka desu. So Tanaka-san is quiet. Same as how we do it for the adjective. Number 2, kare wa shinsetsu desu. So you see there's no na word here. It's just shinsetsu desu. Kare wa shinsetsu desu. Number 3, Singapore wa kirei desu. So Singapore is clean or beautiful. Right? Kirei means clean or beautiful. It has no meaning. Number 4, Fuji-san wa yume desu. Alright, Fuji-san is famous. Right? We don't need to put the na adjective in. We don't need to put the na word in yet. For now, without the na. Okay? Without the na. Next, the negative version. Right? So just now the adjective, we throw away the last I. We put in the kunai. Correct? So that was adjective. Now we are na adjective. So noun adjective, one characteristic is very similar to a noun. Noun adjective and noun, they are very similar in usage. How we use them is very similar usage. So remember our first lesson, we say I am a student. Watashi wa gakusei desu. Then how about not a student? Watashi wa gakusei de wa arimasen. So same thing. Here, right, we just need to put a de wa arimasen. You treat the noun adjective as a noun. Right? Treat it as a noun. It acts like a noun. So we just need to put in kantan de wa arimasen. Yume de wa arimasen. Right? Same as how we say we are not a student. I am not a student. Gakusei de wa arimasen. So same. Kantan de wa arimasen. Don't need to put in the noun adjective or anything. Just throw in, add in one de wa arimasen. It becomes a negative version already. Straightforward, right? Very simple, right? Example 1. このバスは便利ではありません。So このバスは便利ではありません。This bus is convenient not. Right, so not convenient lah. This bus is not convenient. Number 2. 田中さんはハンサムではありません。田中さん is handsome not. So not handsome 啦。Okay. 暇じゃありません。So free not free 啦。Okay. 暇じゃありません。Number 4. 真面目じゃありません。Right? Serious not serious. Number 5. 富士山は有名ですか? Is it famous? 富士山 is famous? Question mark. はい、有名です。いいえ、有名ではありません。有名ではありません。Not famous. Right? Number 6. ここは安全ですか? So here is safe? Question mark. はい、安全です。いいえ、安全じゃありません。So right, you can use either ではありません or じゃありません. Both is the same. So far so good. Any questions? No. Move on to the number 6. Now we put the adjective in front of the noun. So for E adjective, if you recall, E adjective, we just throw it there only, right? We don't need to change anything, don't need to remove anything. However, for Na adjective, this is where we put in our particle na. Right? Remember, if we were to use noun, for example, Japanese car, right? Nihon no kuruma. Right? Nihon no kuruma. So we are describing the car as Japanese, correct? We use the particle no. Then I told you that na adjective, they act like a noun. So Nihon is a noun. Car is a noun. So noun and noun in between is a no. So what about na adjective and noun? In between we'll have to have something. We need to have something to connect both of them together. So instead of a no, we use a na particle instead. So you can think of the na particle as a no particle. Yeah, you can think of it as a no particle. But why we use na is because it is not a noun, it is a na adjective. So this is why we use a na to connect the na adjective to the noun. Okay, just add in one na only lah. Just put in the na. So 大切な書類です. So important document. Example number 1. きれいな国です. So pretty, beautiful country です. Right? きれいな国です. Pretty country です. Number 2. 親切な人です. So kind person です. Right? 親切な人. So friendly person. Number 3. 複雑な問題. Complicated question. Number 4. 安全なところ. Safe place. Right? Just put in the na to conjunct, that means to combine the na adjective and the noun together. Right? So compared to E adjective where we don't need to do anything, na adjective we need to put in this na particle in between. Moving on, we have our question word. So if you want to ask someone, how is something? How is something? Right? We say, どう. 日本語はどうですか? So how is Japanese language? So then if we ask how, the person is supposed to tell you, oh, it is difficult, it is easy, it is not so hard, right? So they have to reply you the difficulty, or rather the adjective to describe the how difficult or how easy is it. Right, 5a. 難しいですが面白いです. So 難しい means difficult. 面白い means interesting. Let me ask you, difficult and interesting, are they bipolar opposites? Yes. I mean, sometimes things can be interesting, but then it's not good one. Okay, so I just want to say, in some books, they will say that this ga particle here, this ga here, they will say that it is a but. That means it shows contrast. But however, it actually doesn't really show contrast. It just shows on one hand is like that, on the other hand is like that. So on one hand it is difficult, on the other hand it is interesting. It is just giving two opinions, right? Two opinions. It doesn't mean that these two opinions have to contrast each other. It can also mean like it can be two unrelated comments, like two two adjectives that has no relationship with each other. They don't clash. Okay, so ga is more of like on one hand it's like that, on the other hand it's like that. Some books they will say it's a but or however lah. Some people will use it for contrast. Okay, because interesting is a very abstract thing. It might be interesting to me, it might not be interesting to you. So on one hand it is interesting, on the other hand it is difficult. Right? Number 6, Singapore waどうですか? So how is Singapore? Right? きれいです。そして安全です。Okay, so きれい is clean, 安全 is safe. So in between we have this そして. So そして is like and also, right? It just simply tell people, oh, it is clean and also it is beautiful, very beautiful. So for your level currently, we cannot use and to combine two adjectives together. So if you want to say two adjectives, we need to separate them into two separate sentences. When we separate them into two separate sentences, we need a sentence connector to connect the first sentence to the next sentence. Okay? So we will use そして to connect two sentences together. Okay? So at your present level, we cannot just throw two adjectives together in one sentence. We need to separate them. So far, any questions?
Just now you mentioned 所须得 is like by the way.
Yes. So it's like additional information lah. Secondary
Yeah,
information.
so it's like how do you find Singapore? Clean. By the way, safe.
Not really by the way. It's more like adding on a secondary information.
Okay, so it's like and without using word and.
It's like and then, yeah, something like that. Okay? So きれいです and then safeです. It's like you're giving extra FYI information. Secondary information that I just want to tell you, share with you. Okay, then we have the question word below, number 7. So, どんな. Right, so どんな is like what kind or what type. Right, in Chinese we say 怎样. Right, so シンガポールはどんな国ですか? So, what kind of country is Singapore? Right, どんな inside has a な. Right, so you can think of it as どな. Right, ど is how, right? So どな. How you're using it like macam is like a adjective lah. So どんな. So どんな国 means what kind of country, what type of country. Okay, then you reply 面白いそして小さい国です。Right? Number 8. 本田さんはどんな人ですか? 真面目な人です。Right? どんな人ですか? 真面目な人です。Okay, moving on, we have number 7, or do you guys want to stop here for today? Number 7, finish reading. 7 and 8. Finish 7 and 8. Okay, number 7, we have この時計は大変 bracket とても高いです。Okay, so 大変 and とても both means the same thing. It just means very. In Chinese, we say 很. Okay. Of course, we can also say 非常. Right? So there's many ways to say very in Japanese. 大変, とても. Right? We can also use this word called すごく. We learned it in the vocabulary list. すごく. So there's 3 ways to say very in Japanese. Okay? Let me give you an example. 日本のものはとても高いです。とても高いです。Right? So very expensive this. Right? In English, we put this adverb. Right? The adverb, we put this adverb とても very in front of the adjective. Right? Wow, very hot, very expensive. Right? Same in Japanese. We put the adverb very just in front of the adjective as well. Right? So とても高い very expensive. Right? Then between our adjective and our adverb, we don't need to put any particle, right? We just put them side by side. We don't need to put in any grammar particle. right? It's not like totemo wa takai something. No need any particle. Adverbs does not influence our position of the particles. They do not change any particles. They do not need any particles, right? They are just there in front of our adjectives. Okay, so very hot, very expensive. Number 2, 彼女は大変親切な人です。So 大変 means very also, so very friendly person. So in English we say very friendly person. In Japanese same thing, very friendly person. The sequential order is the same as English. Okay, moving on to number 8. この時計はあんまり bracket そんなに高くないです。So this あんまりそんなに is the same meaning as well. So you can see in the bracket translation beside it, is not so expensive. So あんまり simply means not so, right? Not so. Then you realize that the adjective in the example sentence is negative form, right? 高くないです。高くないです。So we have to use a negative form when we are using with あんまり, right? Because in English we say not so big, right? Not big. So literally, since in English we say not big, so in Japanese we need to use the negative of big also lah. Okay? So あんまりそんなに, you can think of it as so. Not so. Yeah. But without the not lah, without the negative meaning. So あんまりそんなに is without the negative. We need to have a negative guy behind it to emphasize the negativeness. So not so big, not so small. Okay, あんまり高くないです。あんまりそんなに高くないです。Both means the same thing. Okay? Not so, not much, not really big. So far, any questions? No questions. Example 1. ここはあんまり静かではありません。So you can see 静か is non-adjective. Negative of non-adjective, we put in the ではありません。So あんまり静かではありません。Right? Then for number 4, 今日は next page number 4は今日はそんなに暑くないです。Right? So 暑い。そんなに暑くない。Right? Negative for e adjective is 暑くない。So we just put in the negative form. We can use it with そんなに。Okay, new question word. So how to ask to what extent? Or rather, how to ask for adverbs? We say どのくらい。So どのくらい is our question word for adverbs. Alright, so どのくらい難しい。So どのくらい literally means how much or to what extent. Right, it's the question word like to what extent is it difficult? How much difficult is it? Right, so this is どのくらい. So if you look at the bottommost of the page, notes for number 5, right, we have different region in Japan. Tokyo and Osaka, they will use different どのくらい. Tokyo use どのくらい. Osaka use どのくらい. Right, so K-U-R-A-I, G-U-R-A-I. くらい, くらい. Both is accepted. Both is okay. Okay, くらい, くらい. Both is okay. You want to use どれくらい, どれぐらい, also okay. Right? All four means the same thing. To what extent, how much, to what degree, how far, how long, how expensive, how difficult. Right? So you're just asking for the adverb. Very or not so. Of course, we will learn even more lah. Not at all. Right? Not hard at all. Right? We will learn that later on. For now, we will just stick to not so and very. Okay? So today we'll stop here. We will stop short of the conversation. I will cover the conversation next week. So the homework is just lesson 4. So lesson 4 at the very last page, right, they have the 2 comprehension passages. So you can see the last page of lesson 4. I think it's this one. So this is referring to the lesson 3 passage. So page 37 conversation is the lesson 3 passage. Just open lesson 3. Then the next one, page 57 is referring to the lesson 4 passage, which we have not covered. So you don't need to do this lesson 4 passage. Okay, we'll talk about lesson 4 passage, reading passage next week. Okay, so you can do everything except the last 4 questions for the homework. Right, so please complete lesson 4. I will see you next week. Then we'll discuss the homework. And then we will start on lesson 5 as well. Right, sorry for overshooting. Thank you very much for your time.